Assalamualaikum everyone. It's me Maimoona AIwali. I am a student at Rehan College, Korangi Campus in teacher training boot camp. So today I am doing call Annie. So let's go. Hello. Now today I am discuss how to practice self compassion and forgiving yourself.
Absolutely. That's a wonderful topic to dive into. Practicing self compassion and forgiving ourselves is really like giving ourselves permission to be human. It helps us learn from mistakes rather than dwell on them. One way to start is to practice talking to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend. When you notice that inner critic pop up, try to soften the tone and offer yourself kind words. Also, reflecting on the fact that everyone makes mistakes can really help put things into perspective and ease that self blame. It's a journey, but it's definitely one worth taking.
Okay, what does self compassion mean in daily life?
In daily life, practicing self compassion means treating yourself with the same kindness and understanding that you'd offer a friend. It's about giving yourself permission to make mistakes and acknowledging that imperfection is part of being human. It means recognizing when you're being too hard on yourself and consciously choosing a gentler, more forgiving approach. It's almost like building a habit of self kindness into your everyday routine.
Okay, so my next question is why is self compassion important for mental health?
Well, self compassion is really important for mental health because it helps reduce stress and anxiety. When you practice self compassion, you're less likely to be overwhelmed by self criticism and negative self talk. It creates a more supportive inner environment, which can lead to greater emotional resilience and overall well being.
Okay, so my next question is how is self compassion different from self pity?
That's a great question. Self compassion and self pity can feel similar on the surface, but they're quite different. Self compassion is about recognizing your own suffering with kindness and understanding, whereas absolutely. And that's one of the beautiful aspects of self compassion. It's really about acknowledging that we all go through struggles and you're not alone in them. It helps you feel connected to others rather than feeling isolated. And that's really empowering.
Okay, so my next question is what does it mean to forgive yourself?
Forgiving yourself is essentially letting go of the guilt or self blame you might be holding on to. It means giving yourself permission to move forward without constantly punishing yourself for past mistakes. In many ways, forgiving yourself is an act of self compassion itself.
Okay, so my next question is what why do people often find it hard to forgiving themselves?
It's often hard for people to forgive themselves because they might hold on to a belief that they need to be perfect, or they may feel that forgiving themselves means they're letting themselves off the hook too easily. Sometimes it's just a matter of habit. People are used to being self critical, and it feels natural to be tough on themselves.
That's great. So my next question is how does self-criticism affect our confidence and peace of mind?
Well, self criticism can have a pretty big impact on most confidence and peace of mind. When we're constantly criticizing ourselves, it can chip away at our self esteem and make it harder to trust our own abilities. It can also create a lot of inner that's
Okay, so my next question is how can a student practice self-compassion and academic life?
one way students can practice self compassion in their academic life is by acknowledging that mistakes and setbacks are a normal part of learning. Instead of being overly harsh on themselves when they don't perform perfectly, they can treat themselves with the same kindness they offer a friend in the same situation.
Okay, that's great. So my next question is what daily habit help build self-compassion?
A daily habit that can help build self-compassion is simply taking a moment each day to check in with yourself. For example, you could start or end your day with a few deep breaths and a positive affirmation.
Okay. So my next question is, how does self-compassion improve emotional
Self-compassion really plays a big role in improving emotional resilience because it helps you handle difficult emotions with more ease. When you're kind to yourself, it becomes easier to bounce back from setbacks and stay balanced, even when things get tough.
Okay, so my next question is, what role does gratitude play in health compression?
Gratitude actually plays a really nice role in building self-compassion because when we take the time to appreciate the good things in our lives, it naturally helps us be kinder to ourselves. It's a gentle reminder that there's a lot of good happening and that we're worthy of that same kindness we show to others.
Okay, what role does gratitude play in self-compression, and how can setting realistic expectations help reduce self-blame?
Gratitude helps cultivate self-compassion by shifting our focus toward what's going well in our lives. And that naturally makes us more forgiving of our own imperfections. Setting realistic expectations ties in by allowing us to be gentler with ourselves. When we don't demand perfection, we naturally reduce self-blame and become more compassionate toward our own journey.
Okay, so my next question is, how can setting realistic expectation help reduce self-blame, and what is the connection between self-compression and self-care?
Setting realistic expectations can definitely help reduce self-blame because it allows you to be more understanding and patient with yourself. When we set goals that are truly attainable, we're less likely to feel like we've fallen short and more likely to treat ourselves kindly. And the
Okay. How does forgiving yourself improve relationship with others?
Forgiving yourself really does wonders for your relationships with others because when you're less harsh on yourself, you tend to be more understanding and compassionate toward the people around you. It creates a more positive, empathetic dynamic in your interactions.
How does forgiving yourself improve relationship with others? How can meditation help in practice help compression?
Forgiving yourself helps improve relationships because when you let go of self-criticism, you're more patient and kind with others. It's like creating a more understanding atmosphere where everyone feels supported. And meditation can be a great tool for building self-compassion too. It gives you a space to slow down, notice your thoughts without judgment, and practice kindness towards yourself.
Okay, nice, great. So my next question is, what is the connection between self-compression and self-care?
The connection between self-compassion and self-care is actually pretty deep. When you're compassionate towards yourself, you're more likely to see self-care as a necessity rather than an indulgence. It means you prioritize your well-being and treat yourself kindly, just like you would a friend.
Okay, so my next question is, how can meditation help in practice for compression self?
Meditation can be a wonderful way to practice self-compassion because it gives you that quiet space to notice your thoughts and feelings without judgment. Through meditation, you learn to gently redirect your mind and offer yourself kindness, which helps you build that compassionate attitude towards yourself over time.
Okay, thank you so much for this information, and Allah Hafiz.
You're very welcome. And Allah Hafiz, it's been a pleasure chatting with you. Take care.